only intention is to just find our own joy on our mat. It's really important that you have a place to not overthink, to drop into your own inner world, to enjoy your own breath, and just simply allow all those whispers or inspirations that arise to light up, to explore them, to let them land where they need to land. So today I really invite you to settle in on your mat, to breathe, to play, to let those inspirations and whispers inside your body just light up. They're always smoldering inside of us. They're always just under the surface. So let them arise and let them play today. So as we all start to arrive on our mats in our four corners, let's go ahead and drop onto our back body. Let the soles of your feet touch. And as you settle onto your back, let your arms just drop out to your side, maybe out side shoulder, or maybe even cactus if you want a little more opening in your chest. I love to feel that opening across my chest, just to let myself start to feel vulnerable on my mat. To allow whatever needs to arrive without becoming attached to it. So as we settle into our mat, take a big exhalation. Let everything go. As you draw in your next breath, let it fill from deep in the belly into the lower rib cage, the middle rib cage, all the way up to the collarbone. And then allow a big release. Take one more big breath in that way. And then let's settle into the natural rhythm of our own breath. Maybe your lips touch, but notice if your jaw's clenching. Can you soften the molars away from one another? Can you let the shoulders drop away farther from the ears? Can you let the shoulder blades sink deeper into the mat? Maybe you're still holding tension in your belly, and as you relax that tension, maybe you notice your knees fall closer to the floor. And as you just simply allow whatever sensation's there to arrive, to settle into your breath, and just let your breath untie any knots in your body. Untie any knots in your mind. Let yourself feel lighter. And as you simply start to enjoy the pleasure of your breath, the softness that arises through the body with that breath, start to trust the intelligence of your body. To just let the movement flow today. And as those sensations, you realize are just those simple whispers from your deep inner self. Put no pressure on yourself other to just simply enjoy those whispers, to explore them, and see what arises from them. So with that in mind, let's draw our knees together. Pull your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a giant squeeze. Maybe circle the knees in one direction, the other direction. Maybe you feel like drawing the knees away from one another and then together. Just start to play with whatever motion feels right. And then when you start to feel a little more space, squeeze both knees in towards the chest, and let's find that deep imprint in our spine. Inhale the bottom of the tailbone deep into the mat. Tuck your chin, let the back of your skull get heavy, and with that next inhalation, Feel the entire length of your spine. And as you exhale, soften the knees in towards the chest. Notice, do you need to allow the knees to drop open wider? Where can you make more space with your breath? Where can you drop those restrictions? And then when you're ready, keep the right knee towards the chest. Extend the left leg straight. And as you inhale, flex your ankle, flare your toes. With that awareness, press the sole of the right foot to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers just gently around the hamstring. If that availability around the calf is there, just don't force it. See if the shoulders can still drop heavy into the mat. Notice where you are with your breath and just gently make giant circles with the big toe, a couple times in each direction. And then on that exhalation, bend the right knee. Draw the left knee back in towards the chest so you can cross your right ankle over your left knee for a figure four. Thread the right arm between the legs. Interlace your fingers around the thigh. And let's add a little movement here this morning. We're going to explore side to side. Where do you start resisting? Where do you add tension? Can you keep that awareness on your breath? To untie the knots in your body, to untie the knots in your brain. And then when you're ready, keep the right ankle over the left knee, just a gentle twist here. Release the bind and let both legs eventually fall over to the left. The sole of that right foot will settle onto the floor, maybe even onto a block if you have one available. And then exhale that right shoulder deep into the mat. Maybe soften the gaze to the right fingertips. And take one more full breath in and patiently wait for it to completely empty. And then when you're ready to draw that next breath in, engage the core, bring the knees safely back to center. And when you untwist the legs, pull the knees back in towards the chest. Re-imprint that spine into your mat, tuck your chin, feel the length from the back of the skull, and on that next inhalation, really press the bottom of the tailbone deep into the mat. Take one more full breath in here. Maybe you drop the knees wider. And then as you exhale, release the bind on the right leg. Keep the left knee deep in towards the chest. Flex the ankle, flare the toes. And as you inhale, press the sole of that left foot to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers around the same place, whether it was the hamstring or the calf, but allow it to be gentle. Keep the shoulders heavy in the mat and then start that huge circle with that left big toe. Both directions, nice and slow. As you feel the length through the back of that left leg open, take one more full breath in, and as you exhale, bend the left knee. Pull the right knee back in towards the chest to take that figure four. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Left arm threads between the legs and interlace the fingers. Flex the ankle, flare the toes, and allow that motion side to side again. Where do you start to resist? Where's the breath gone? And then eventually release the bind, keep the left ankle over the right knee, let the legs fall all the way to the right. Take that nice gentle twist. And on the next exhale, relax the belly, let the left shoulder get heavy in the mat, let the gaze fall to left fingertips. Enjoy your breath here, sip it here. Make it feel yummy. And when you're ready to draw your next breath in, engage the core, bring the knees back to center. And as you untwist your legs, nice tight squeeze here. Chin to chest, forehead to knee. Exhale and release. 2 more times in that way. Make a nice tight ball. And as you release it, just feel the pleasure in that release, the pure joy. And then when we're ready, we're going to take our hands behind our thighs on our hamstrings. And this time as we tuck our chin to our chest, our forehead to our knees, start a gentle rolling motion, forward and back, just from the hips to the shoulders. Roll through your spine like you're giving yourself a free massage. If this doesn't feel good, roll to the side and press your way into all fours. Otherwise, we're going to enjoy rolling through our spine until we can eventually roll with or without the hands to a nice low squat. Plant the hands, step the Feet back so you can drop onto your knees. Setting up your tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Line your shoulders over your fingers. Shake those knees underneath the hips. And on the next exhale, curl all 10 toes under. Our first cat-cow. Soften the bend in your elbows. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Drop the belly to the mat. Press the bones in your bum to the back of your mat. Draw your heart forward. Exhale, tuck your chin, hollow your belly around your back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale and round. Let's play here 3 more full breaths. Without any expectation of the length or what it should feel like, just ripple through your spine, settle into your breath. Remember, today we're just trying to simply enjoy, to bring that pure pleasure of movement and breath with no expectation. Letting whatever whispers in our body arrive and letting them light up and play with them. Next time you come back to a nice neutral spine, let's open up the side body. Turn the left foot out to the left. Extend the right foot to the back of the mat. Line down the inside of your foot. Keep your shoulders stacked right over top of your wrist and reach those right fingertips to the ceiling. And as you plant that right foot to the back of the mat, maybe even gaze up, look at the right fingertips. Notice that they're still in your peripheral vision, so try not to let that arm fall over. If you want a little more through the side body, reach the right fingertips towards the front of the mat. Lift that right hip up towards the sky. Roll the rib cage open. Notice wherever you've taken this posture, can you still draw a full breath in? Can you still enjoy the pleasure of your own breath? Find that place for 1 more full breath. And on the exhalation, roll back to all fours. Turn that right ankle out towards the right side of the mat. Extend the left foot to the back. Sweep left fingertips up towards the ceiling, lining shoulder over shoulder once again. And as you extend the left fingertips up and overhead, if you did so on the other side, keep a soft bend in that right elbow. Roll the rib cage open. Simply enjoy 2 more full breaths here. And on that exhalation, when you return to all fours, just take 3 more full breaths through your cat-cow. Maybe you want to switch it up. Maybe you want to look over the right shoulder at that left hip. Maybe you want to just move side to side. Maybe you want to stay in that traditional cat-cow. Just allow your body to be soft. Adapt to whatever movement, whatever whispers or cravings are arriving. And then curl all 10 toes under. Use your next exhalation to lift the sit bones up and back. Keep a strong bend in your knees here. I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide, shoulder width distance. Drop the gaze between the feet with that strong bend in your knees, and then just let the head hang really heavy. Shake it out. When we're ready, we're just going to drop the left heel to the mat. Really bend through that right knee even more. Drop the hips to the right. Same thing on the other side. Bend the left knee. Keep the chest nice and close to that thigh. Let the right heel drop. Let the hips drop to the left. 2 more times on each side. Take your time. Explore whatever space is there. Just simply play with the movement, with the space that you have. And then on your next inhalation, come high on all 10 toes. Exhale, let the heels descend. Keep the fingers spread. Keep that awareness, pressing the mat forward and away from you. Keep the space between the shoulders and ears soft. Keep the breath enjoyable. And on the next exhalation, when the heels descend, soften the bend in the knees so you can walk your hands back towards your toes to arrive in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen through your spine. Exhale and surrender up and over your thighs. 2 more full breaths in this way. Inhale, lift the chest, balance on a block or bring the hands to the shins. Exhale, fold with that same length in the spine. 1 more full breath in that way. And on this exhalation, soften the bend in your knees, firm the foundation in your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Palms touch, gaze moves up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, let that whole breath out. Inhale, lift chest and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Maybe get a little taller, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, fold, let the whole breath out. One more time that way. Inhale to lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Sweep the fingertips up. Maybe even press the hips forward. Lift the heart up higher to the ceiling. Exhale, let it all out. Maybe even audible. And on the next inhalation, when you lift the chest halfway, exhale, fold, pause here. Ragdoll. Maybe you bounce on your fingertips. Maybe you hold the opposite elbows. But let all the weight shift forward into the balls of the feet. Feel the crown of the head get heavy towards the mat. Let the sit bones, the bones in your bum, lift up towards the ceiling as you exhale and surrender just a little bit more up and over your thighs. One more full breath here. And on the next exhalation, release any bind that you have. Slowly walk your hands forward until you arrive in a high plank position. Press through the heels. Line the heels right over the toe mounds. Soften the bend in the elbows, but draw the navel in. Pause here. Feel your own strength with the softness of your breath. Trust the intelligence of your body as you slowly exhale and lower with control, letting the elbows hug the rib cage. When you settle onto your belly, point your toes. Press into the tops of your feet. Draw your elbows in, and on the inhale, lift your chest up and away from the mat. No compression in the lower back. Exhale, unpeel one vertebrae at a time. 2 more full breaths in this way. See if you can even take the hands away from the mat. No pressure into the hands as you peel away from the mat and settle back in. 1 more breath. When we settle back onto our mat, curl 10 toes under, spread the fingers a little bit wider, and on your inhalation, lift up into a high plank position. Exhale, draw the navel in, shift the sit bones up and back, downward dog. Reset your foundation here. Line up your hands and feet in the same line. Soften your gaze between the feet. And as you settle back into the full awareness of your breath, soften that space between your shoulders and ears. Inhale the sit bones up and away from the fingertips. Exhale, let the heels descend towards the mat. Take 1 more full breath in here. And as you inhale, come high on your tippy toes and slowly tippy toe, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Let's start to add a little more motion. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lift the chest, pause here. Step into a high runner's lunge, right foot to the back of the mat. Press through the right heel, wiggle the left toes forward. Keep the right hand planted, sweep left fingertips up for a simple twist in your runner's lunge. Inhale, more length by pressing through the right heel, reaching through the crown. And as you exhale, moving into pyramid pose, plant the left hand to the mat. Step right foot out to the right and a little forward. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, lift your chest halfway and lengthen. Pause here. Draw the right hip forward. Keep that length in your spine, and as you exhale, let yourself fold up and over the left thigh. On the inhalation, when all the weight comes to the left foot, sweep right heel high to the sky. Keep lifting through the right heel, but with the awareness of the toes pointing down. And as you exhale, fold up and over your left thigh. Surrender here. Remember, you always have permission for a double leg fold. Bring the right toes to meet the left. Otherwise, enjoy 1 more full breath in and use the exhalation to bring the right toes to the left. Lift the chest halfway and lengthen. Exhale, release it all. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Palms touch. Gaze moves up. Exhale and fold. Let it all out. Inhale to lift the chest halfway and lengthen. Exhale to pause here. Step the left foot back into your high runner's lunge. Wiggle the right toes forward for your foundation. Plant the left hand to the mat, right fingertips to the sky. Nice simple twist in your runner's lunge. Finding length on your inhalation by pressing through the left heel. Keeping the shoulders stacked and just twisting from the belly till it feels delicious. And on the exhalation, bring the right fingertips back to the mat. Step left foot forward and out to the right as much as you need. Straighten the right leg. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and fold. Settling into your pyramid pose, soften that space between the molars. Let the forehead get heavy to the shin. And on your next inhalation, bring all the weight to the right foot. Sweep the left heel up towards the ceiling. Point the toes down with awareness. And on your next exhalation, surrender up and over that right shin. Breathe here. Where are you holding tension that you can release? What's the right amount of fold for you? And on the next exhalation, let the left toes meet the right. Inhale, lift the chest halfway and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Let's float through that. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, step right foot back to a runner's lunge. Plant the right hand. Twist open towards the left. Full breath in. Exhale into your twist. Exhale, release the twist. Step right foot forward and out to the right. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the chest. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep right heel to the sky, all weight on the left foot. Keep that height through the right heel. Exhale and surrender over the left shin. Single-legged fold. Exhale, right toes meet left. Inhale, chest lifts halfway and lengthens. Exhale, let it all out. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweep fingertips up, palms touch, gaze up, heart lights up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Exhale, step left foot to the back of the mat. Keep left hand planted, sweep right fingertips up. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist from the belly. Exhale, release the twist, plant right hand to the mat. Step left foot forward and out to the left. Inhale, lift chest. Straighten right leg, square hips. Exhale and fold. Surrender over that right shin. Let the forehead get heavy. Inhale all the weight onto the right foot. Sweep left heel high to the sky. Pause here. Exhale and fold. Linger. Settle into your breath. How can you have a little more fun? And on the next exhalation, let the left toes meet the right. Lift the chest halfway and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Maybe take a soft back bend here. Palms touch. Lift and lengthen out of the pelvis. Lift the heart up towards the ceiling and maybe even gaze up towards the ceiling if it feels okay. And on the exhalation, hinge at your hips, fold forward, let it all the way out. Full vinyasa. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step or jump the feet into a high plank position. And on your exhalation, slowly lower halfway chaturanga. Feel free to go to your belly. Point the toes, tops of the feet press. Draw the chest between the arms. Draw the navel in. Press the heart forward and reach through the crown. And on the exhalation, flip your toes. Draw your belly in. Lift the sit bones up and back. Full exhale. Reset your foundation. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Soften the gaze between the feet. Simply enjoy the pleasure of your breath. Remember, every cell in your body is eavesdropping on your thoughts. Untie the knots in your body with your breath. Untie the knots in your mind with your breath. And when we're ready, let's step the big toes together. Inhale, sweep the right heel high to the sky. Pause here. Point the toes down. Soften that space between your shoulders and ears. Let your chest get a little bit closer to your thigh. And as you keep that length, exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Shift your weight forward, hollow your belly. Inhale, sweep the right foot up. Come high on those back left toes. Maybe find a little more length. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, sweep. Right heel high to the sky, a little more length. Exhale, knee to nose so you can plant your right foot between the hands. Press through the left heel, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, surrender into that space. Soften the space between the shoulders and ears. Notice the breath. Twist your crescent lunge. Drop right fingertips to the back of the mat, left fingertips forward. Spread the fingers wide, soften the shoulders from the ears. And if you want a little more, drop that right hand all the way towards that left thigh. Left fingertips towards the ceiling. Make sure you're still in a place to draw a full breath in. And on the exhalation, bring that left elbow just to the outside of that right thigh. Remember, you always have permission to drop that left knee. Right hand presses into left palm. Inhale, lift the chest from the thigh. Exhale, twist from the belly. Keep that awareness on the back left heel. Inhale and press through the heel. Feel that length. Exhale, just twist from the belly. Breathe. Enter a state of body awareness where the movement happens by itself, effortlessly, no force. And on the exhalation, when you release the twist, plant the left fingertips just in front of your right toes. Maybe shorten your stance a little bit, moving into a twisted half moon. Sweep left heel up to the sky. Flex ankle, point the toes down. Maybe the right hand comes onto that sacrum, the lower part of the tailbone, or maybe all the way up towards the ceiling. But with each inhalation, lengthen the breath, lengthen through the body. Remember, you're just playing here. Where does it feel good? Inside every cell of your body. And on the exhalation, let the right fingertips come back to the mat, moving into a half moon. Roll the left hips on top of the right. This time, sweep left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Spread the toes, spread the fingers. And preparing to just play here, dropping into warrior two. Soften the bend in the right knee. Let the left foot slowly and softly land to the back of your mat. Bring the forehead, heart, and belly center over the pelvis. Turn the palms down, relax the shoulders from the ears, and take another full breath. Take a quick peek. You can see that right big toe just inside your right thigh as you sink into your own space. And on the inhalation, press into the soles of the feet, rise up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, sink back into your warrior two. Inhale, press into the soles of the feet, rise up, find more length, more space. Exhale and surrender. One more full breath in this way. Let it feel subtle and soft. And as you surrender into your depth, reverse your warrior. Lighten your toes, drop the left arm behind the back, right fingertips to the sky. Inhale, a little more length from the right hip to the armpit as you let the right sit bone sink. And on the exhalation, windmill the hands to the floor. Turn the left heel up towards the ceiling. Step right foot back to left as you inhale into your high plank position. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga all the way. Inhale, draw the chest forward and up. Stay here, linger with the end of your breath. Exhale, flip the toes. Draw the belly in. Shift the hips up and back, downward dog. Big exhale. Reset the rhythm in your breath. And on the next breath in, step the big toes together. Sweep the left heel high to the sky. Exhale that left knee to the left elbow as you hollow your belly around your back, bring your shoulders over your fingertips. Inhale, sweep left heel up, find length. Come high on those right toes. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, sweep heel up. Exhale, knee to nose, hover, hollow so you can make enough space to plant that left foot between the hands. Press through the right heel. Inhale, rise all the way up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, surrender into your own space. Pause here and just notice your breath. The space between your molars. The space between the shoulders and ears. The strength in your legs. And then twist that crescent lunge. Left fingertips to the back of the mat, right fingertips forward. Fingers spread. Exhale, left sit bone sinks deeper towards the mat. And as you settle here in your breath, or take that deeper version where the left hand comes to the right thigh, right fingertips towards the ceiling. But where can you find the most joy in your breath? the most space in your body. And on the exhalation, windmill that right arm to the outside left thigh. Left hand plants into right palm. And as you inhale, press through the right heel, lift the chest from the thigh, exhale and twist. With every breath here, can you find more space between your shoulders and ears? Can you enjoy that twist from the belly without force? Can you make it effortless? And on the exhalation, release the twist, plant right fingertips towards the mat, moving into that twisted half moon. Shorten your stance. Bounce off those back right toes as you inhale and sweep the right heel high to the sky. Pause here. Maybe that left hand again comes to the sacrum, maybe up towards the ceiling. But as you press through the sole of your foot and reach your crown, find more length. Flex that right foot, point those toes down, feel that awareness. And on the exhalation, as we roll into our half moon, let the left fingertips come in front of those left toes. Roll the right hip onto the left. Let the right fingertips come up towards the ceiling. Are you still aware of your breath? And then soften the bend in that left knee so you can, with control and a little fun, drop that right foot to the back of the mat. Settling into your warrior two, drop the shoulders from the ears. Palms down. Take that quick peek inside that left big toe. Notice what's arising. Lighten the toes, lift through your inner arches, and as you feel that strength in your own foundation, soften your breath. Inhale, press into the soles of those feet, rise up, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, surrender back into your warrior two, finding your own space. Inhale to feel your own strength, to lengthen through the core. Exhale and surrender. One more full breath in. And as you surrender into your depth, can you hold that depth, drop the right hand behind the back, left fingertips towards the ceiling. Enjoy that length from that left hip to the armpit, maybe gaze up. Maybe let that left sit bone sink towards the mat on the next exhalation. And as you breathe in and lengthen out of your pelvis, exhale and windmill the hands to the mat. Step left foot back to right, inhale into your high plank position. And as you exhale, move through your vinyasa by lowering halfway to chaturanga. Drain the chest forward and up into your upward dog, lingering in that front body opening. And as you exhale, flip the toes, lift the sit bones up and back. Let's just take a quick break here. Drop the knees wide on your mat, touch your big toes together, sit on your heels. Extend your hands forward. Keep it nice and active as you surrender your forehead into the mat and just roll it side to side. And as you settle deep into your breath and deep into your nervous system by putting a little more pressure into your forehead, take one more full breath in here. On the inhalation, rise up to all fours, curl your toes under, and as you exhale, lift back up into your downward dog. Let's get ready to play with our balance this morning. Soften the bend in your knees so you can walk your hands back towards your toes at the back of your mat once again. Inhale, lift your chest to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, let yourself surrender. And on the next inhalation, when you rise all the way up, sweeping the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Palms touch, stay nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. So the back of our mat's a great place to set up our Samasthiti He, equal balance. Big toes together, ankles gently apart. The gaze softens to the front of your mat. And as you lift up through all 10 toes and spread them out one at a time, feel nice and grounded into the soles of your feet. Soften the bend in your knees as you inhale and get nice and tall. And as you exhale, keep that height, but soften any rigidity. Trust the intelligence of your own body. Trust the rhythm of your breath. And just allow yourself to play wherever you can keep that joyful breath. On your next inhalation, Lift the right heel away from the mat and just turn your right knee out towards the right. Let your heel settle to your ankle, your calf, or maybe you bring it all the way into your inner thigh as we set up our tree posture to steady our breath with our own balance. To know that just like a tree outside in the forest moves with the wind, let yourself move with your little wavers. Don't resist them, trust them. And then maybe add a little more. Take the arms up towards the ceiling. Maybe take the gaze up. Maybe even look up. Maybe you want to play a little more. Drop the arms behind the back. You can hold opposite wrists, elbows, or you can even press the palms together for a reverse namaskar in our tree posture. Just allowing the chest to open, the heart to lift. Feeling a little more playful. Moving into warrior 3 here. You can keep the hands where they are. You can extend them out at shoulder height for a little more balance. But allow that right foot to extend all the way behind you. Keep flexing through the ankle, pointing the toes down, and start to fold forward. On the inhalation, without touching the right foot, can you draw the knee back in towards the chest? And as you rise up, cross that right ankle over the left knee. Relieve that namaskar. Bring the hands back to heart center. Flex the right foot, flare the toes, and on your exhalation, let's settle into that place. Find your own depth. So today you can just start to sink the hips, seeing if you can keep them square to the front. Maybe you want to play with finding that bind, wrapping the hands around the shin. Or if arm balances are for you, keep the gaze far to the front of your mat. Plant your hands nice and wide in front of that right shin. Let the right shin settle on the back of the thigh, or pardon me, triceps without force. And on your next inhalation, just come high on the left toes. Where's your gaze? Where's your breath? Keep the breath soft, keep the gaze to the front of the mat, and just draw the navel in. See if the weight starts to shift forward. Keep drawing the navel in, keep trusting your own power and breath. And wherever you are, plant that left foot back to the mat. Let the right toes meet the left, sink a little deeper like you're sitting in a nice low chair. And on the inhalation, sweep the arms up, let the gaze follow, and just pause here. Relax the shoulders from the ears, draw the navel in, lift and lengthen out of your pelvis. Let the sit bones sink back to the mat. Fierce pose or chair pose. And on the next exhalation, fold forward, let it all out. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweep the fingertips up, palms touch. Stay nice and tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's reset here. Hear that applause. Inside. Spread the toes. Soften the bend in the knees. Inhale, get tall. Notice if you can still feel that playfulness, that joy. Let it come back as you draw the left heel away from the mat. Turn the left knee out towards the left and let the heel settle to the ankle, the calf, or maybe inside the thigh. And as you just let yourself have a little bit of fun on the four corners of your mat, choose your variation. Maybe the hands stay at heart center. Maybe they extend up. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you drop your hands behind your back again. Just switch which way. You hold the wrists or the elbows. Which arm's in front? We always tend to favor one side. Maybe play with the other side, see what it feels like. And as you start to feel steady with your own breath, extend the left foot behind you. Flex the ankle, flare the toes, and slowly fold forward. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Keep length in your spine. Trust the intelligence of your body, your whispers. Where should you be? If it's hard, maybe you've gone too far. Give yourself a break. And with that steadiness, draw the knee back in towards the chest. Rise up slowly so you can cross that left ankle over the right knee. Flex ankle, flare the toes. Bring the hands back to heart center. And use your next exhalation to sink the sit bones down towards the mat. Pause on your inhale, lift your chest, soften your breath. Trust the intelligence of your body. Remember, every cell in your body is eavesdropping on your thoughts. Where are they? Where's that playfulness, that joy? What variation are you gonna play with? Grab the shin again. Make sure you find the same depth on this side. So if you play with that arm balance and the hands touch the mat, and the gaze goes far to the front, really flex those left toes. Curl them around that right tricep. Come high on those right toes as you draw the navel in and just let yourself float up and over the arms. Keep the gaze soft, the breath soft. And when you're ready, replant that right foot to the mat. Let the left toes meet the right. Sink the sit bones a little bit deeper. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Draw the navel in, lengthen out the spine. Let yourself sink deep back into that chair. Can you lighten your toes, shift more weight in the heels? Feel a little more grounded, a little more centered. And on the next exhalation, let it all go. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Soften the bend in your knees. Walk your hands forward into that high plank position. Use your exhalation this time to lower the belly all the way to the mat. And as you inhale, press through the tops of the feet. Draw the elbows in. Lift the chest forward and up. Lengthen. Exhale and release. This time, take the fingertips to the top corner of your mat. Lift your elbows up. Stay on the tips of your fingers. And on your inhale, peel your chest a little bit higher. Stay tall. Exhale, drop the left shoulder to the mat. Look over the right for a nice gentle twist, a nice release. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, look over the left, drop the right shoulder. And as you inhale back to center, use your exhalation to unwind. One vertebrae at a time till the chest peels back towards the mat. This time, extend the left arm out to left palm down. Right fingertips come under right shoulder. Let the left forehead get heavy to the mat. Really nice opening for our left shoulder. Roll open to the right. Stack right foot on left or take that right foot behind that left leg. Full breath in. Notice that the left temple is heavy onto the mat. There's no tension in your neck. You're allowing as much or as little pressure and stretch to that left shoulder as feels delicious to you. You're using the right fingertips to allow that pressure to control it. And you're simply just enjoying the sound of your heart beating, the rhythm of your breath pulsing through every cell. And maybe you just can take the time to enjoy every whisper, every inspiration. And when you're ready, unroll. Extend the right arm out to the right. Left fingertips come under left shoulder. Roll open to the left. Stack left foot on top of right, or bring that left foot all the way back for a little more opening through that left hip. As much or as little pressure that feels good for you. Right temple's heavy on the mat. Breath is soft. Nothing but pure joy, pure reward. And as you exhale and roll back towards the belly, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders, pointing the toes, and drawing the heart forward and up for a little more length. Exhale and release. Crawl 10 toes under. Inhale into a high plank position. As you exhale, lift the sit bones up and back, downward dog. Reset your foundation, spread your fingers a little bit wider. And on the exhalation, when you bring the big toes together, inhale the right heel high to the sky, bend the knee. This time, turn the hips open to the right. Keep even weight in your hands, soften the gaze under your right armpit, and let your right heel just get really heavy towards the left. Take a full breath in, lifting the right knee from the armpit, enjoying that length, that opening. And on the exhalation, bring the right knee towards the right elbow so you can just plant that right foot to the outer edge of the right mat beside that pinky finger. Let the left knee soften to the mat, point the toes. Lizard lunge, stay here nice and high in your hands or drop down to the forearms, just making sure you hug that right knee in towards that right shoulder. And then notice, have you tucked the chin around the back? Can you inhale, lift your chest, Lengthen through the crown of the head. Reach it for the front of your mat. And then just exhale and let the chest sink towards the mat here. Let's enjoy 2 more full, big, beautiful breaths. And then when we're ready, adding that twist into our lizard lunge, heel toe the right foot outside the edge of your mat. Drop your right knee out. You can stay on your forearms or come up to your hand. But as you twist open to the right hand lands onto the left thigh. Inhale, lift your heart. Find more space between your chest and your thigh. Exhale, just twist from your belly. And as you simply just enjoy the pleasure of that twist, take 1 more full breath in. On the exhalation, release the twist. Plant the hands to mat. Heel toe the right foot back to center so you can frame that right foot with both hands. Curl those back left toes under and moving into our half splits. Exhale, pull the hips all the way to the back of the mat. Flex the right foot, flare the toes. Slide the fingertips towards you and really lift your chest. Exhale, now fold in that place, keeping the chest lifted, the spine long, just hinging at your hips. Inhale, lunge forward, sweep the fingertips up. Exhale, plant your hands, pull your hips back. Let's float through this for 3 more full breaths. Finding a little more space if that's for you. But more importantly, simply just enjoying that subtle awareness of movement, of every cell in your body, the pleasure of your breath moving through your body, the simple joy of just playing on your mat. No destination. 1 more time. This time when you lunge forward, I want you to plant your fingertips to frame your right foot once again. Inhale to lift the left knee away from the mat and turn all 10 toes to the long side of your mat, walking your hands to the center. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Pigeon toe your feet, soften the bend in your knees, and as you exhale, let yourself fold into whatever space is there. Maybe the forehead or the top of the head touches the mat. Maybe you're still balanced high on your fingertips. But trust your own space, trust your own balance, let the weight shift forward. Let the entire breath be released as the crown of the head descends towards the mat. And on the next inhalation, when you lift the chest halfway, turn all 10 toes back to the front of your mat and walk your hands to frame your right foot once again. Step right foot back to left, inhale into your high plank position. Exhale, float through your vinyasa, return to downward dog or choose child's pose. Wherever you're at, whatever you're craving. Remembering that our intention today was simply to listen to those whispers in our body, those inspirations, the little bit of joy that's always smoldering just below the surface. And if we just allow it to wash away any fears or worries, we could nourish it and let it arrive. 1 more full breath in. Exhale. Step big toes together. Inhale, sweep left heel high to the sky. Bend the left knee. Turn the hips open to the left. Find that same delicious opening on the left side body. Fingers spread on your inhale. Exhale, soften the gaze under the left armpit. And as you inhale, lift that left knee up and away from the mat. Exhale and let that left heel get heavy towards the right side of the mat, that right buttocks. 1 more full breath in here. And on the exhalation, as you draw the knee to the nose and just plant that left foot to the outer edge of the left mat, that pinky finger. Right knee settles to the mat. Right toes point so the tops of the foot presses. And as you pause here and lift your chest and lengthen through your spine, stay here. Or choose to drop down to the forearms. Just make sure that the head stays an extension of the spine. The left knee hugs the left shoulder, a little tenderness. And the heart just descends towards the mat in any new space that's made with each exhalation. Surrender here as you drop into your breath. When you're ready to add that twist, heel toe the left foot just to the outer edge of the mat. Drop that left knee out towards the left and just place the left hand onto the left thigh. Remember, you always have permission to come up to the hand. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, just twist from the belly. Pause here. And just simply linger in your own space. Linger in your breath. And on the exhalation, when you're ready, release the twist and heel toe that left foot back to center. Frame that left foot with both hands. Curl those back right toes under and draw the hips all the way to the back of the mat. Slide the fingertips towards you as you flex your ankle, flare your toes, and lift your chest. And with that length, exhale and hinge over the left shin. Settle back into the breath. And as we get ready to flow and find that movement, that feeling of pure joy, inhale, lift the chest, glide forward, sweep fingertips up. Exhale, draw the hips back. Lift the chest, fold into any new space. With each inhalation, just float forward. And with each exhalation, draw the hips back. Let it be natural. Don't worry about the depth. Just simply enjoy the pleasure of moving on your mat. Making new space inside and outside. One more full lunge forward, and when we're all ready to meet in that lunge, balance on the fingertips. Turn the back right toes under if they've become untucked. Lift the right knee away from the mat, and as we move into our wide-legged lunge, turn all 10 toes to the long side of your mat. Bring the hands to the center, and on your inhalation, lift your chest. Pigeon toe your toes, soften the bend in your knees, exhale and fold. This time, feel free to play. If you want to hold opposite ankles, maybe you want to rock side to side, maybe you want to bend the knees, find a little more movement. Maybe you want to plant the hands to the mat and let the top of the head settle. Let yourself just drop into whatever space is yours for one more full breath. And on the inhalation, when you lift the chest, turn all 10 toes to the front of the mat. This time I just want you to step that right foot forward to left in that yogi squat. Let the bum sink towards the mat, let the chest lift. Rock side to side, maybe forward and back. And then when we're ready, just let the sit bones drop to the mat. Let the soles of the feet come to the front of the mat. Hands slide onto the back of the thighs, the hamstrings, and then the calves lift parallel. Extend the toes out, extend the fingertips out, and on your exhalation, unroll one vertebra at a time till the heels and the shoulders are 1 inch above the mat. Using your heart, inhale, rise up, get a little bit taller. Exhale and unroll. Remember, where can you find the joy in this? Do you want to place your hands on your thighs and just slide? Use that to rise back up a little bit taller. And this time, as we rise up, press the soles of feet together, let them settle down on the mat, and then just hinge forward. Interlace your fingers around your toes, maybe wiggle your sit bones back, maybe find more space between your heels and your groin so that you can just hinge into that space. One of my favorite postures where you get to tuck the chin, completely yield to gravity and let the crown of the head drop towards the toes, and then just let the chin move side to side. Dropping anything that no longer serves you. Just hearing your own heartbeat, hearing your own breath. And then when you're ready, slowly rise up on your inhalation. Extend that right leg forward, bring the sole of that left foot inside the right thigh, and as you inhale, left fingertips towards the ceiling, turn towards your right thigh, and as you exhale, fold up and over. Reach for the outside of that right foot. Right hand comes inside, forehead drops towards the knee. This is my favorite way to play at the end. So on the inhale, rise back up into a seated position. Plant left hand behind the back, right fingertips towards the sky. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Drop the right arm overhead. Enjoy that length from toes to hip to heart to fingertips. Exhale, sit bones back to the mat. Pull the sole of the right foot to the left. Exhale and hinge into that space. Maybe drop the forehead. And on the inhalation, when you rise up, this time extend the left leg forward, so right foot comes inside, left thigh. Right fingertips extend up towards the ceiling. Use the left fingertips, tilt the pelvis forward. Turn the heart towards that left thigh. Exhale and fold. Surrender over. Forehead drops towards the knee. Left hand drops inside. Surrender. And on the inhalation, when you rise up to a seated position, plant the right hand behind the back, left fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Balance on your right shin. Keep lifting through the hips. Let the left arm fall overhead. Let the gaze follow. Do you still have a soft bend in your right elbow? Can you still take a full breath in? Does it feel restrictive? Or can you play and open up here? And then on the exhalation, when the sit bones come back to the mat, pull the sole of that right foot to the left. Interlace the fingers around the toes. Surrender back into that Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Complete surrender, both to the fold, to the breath. And as you inhale, press the soles of the feet together. Use the hands behind the back. Make sure there's enough space to just slowly unroll onto your back body. Taking a final twist here, just draw the knees together. Cross that right thigh over the left and just let both legs fall over towards the right. If this is too much, untwist the legs and just let the left knee get heavy on the right. Otherwise, just let that right ankle settle on top of that outer left thigh. Again, if there's any knee pain at all here, release the bind of that right ankle and just stack left knee on right. You want to be in a place where you completely surrender, where you can drop the left shoulder heavy, where you can drop deep into your own breath. And when you're ready to inhale and engage the core, bringing the knees back to center, untwist the legs and cross that left thigh over top of the right. Let the legs fall over towards the left, and as they do, the left ankle, just falls on the outside of that right thigh. The right shoulder gets heavy into the mat. And the breath drops all the way out. And when you're ready to inhale and engage the core, bringing the legs back to center, untwist the legs. Pull the knees deep in towards the chest. Maybe roll side to side, maybe circle the knees back out. But when you're ready, let the soles of the feet touch, let the knees drop open, let the arms come down to the side. Turn the palms up, tuck the shoulder blades deeper down the back and sink heavier into your mat. Straighten out through the legs. Let the feet flop open. Wiggle out any last little fidgets. And as you let yourself settle and drop heavy into the four corners of your mat, simply enjoy the pleasure of your breath, the rise and fall of your belly. I really invite you to settle into this space for as long as you like today. I thank you for taking the time to join me on my mat. Find that smile way deep down inside. Let it surface. It's always smoldering just below the surface there. See if you can drop those worries and fear. See what arises from it. Namaste.